Hey parents, this is Master Shield with the Summer Camp Frequently Asked Questions series. And so today we're talking about transportation and transportation protocols. And so one thing, growing up as a military brat, I was around one of the training bases all the time, so I really got to see how the Air Force moves troops safely and successfully. And so we incorporate a lot of those things, not because we want it to be a military type situation, but it works and it keeps the kids where they need to be going and what they're doing. So one thing that we do, and I'll talk a lot about this over a lot of different modules we're going to put together for you, is we talk with the kids a lot about what's coming up and what we're doing in advance of where we're going and what we're doing. So on Fridays before the week you come to camp, I'll send out an email. And that email will outline everything we're doing, where we're going, and I ask that you go over that with the kids ahead of time, and then also have a conversation about how to act when we're moving and how to act when we're on vehicles. We take field trips every day, so transportation is a key component to having a successful camp. And so we train a lot with our drivers on how to drive, what to do especially when we're driving in groups, because sometimes we'll have all the buses going together, and that could be 15 vehicles, and that's a lot to move from point A to point B successfully. And how we do that, we'll carry walkie-talkies with us everywhere we go, so even if we're in the vehicles, the walkie-talkies have a very long range and we're able to communicate. So if we do get separated in traffic, they know what to do. But on the ingress and egress of what we're doing, getting in and out of the building, so one of the things that we do is that we tell the children ahead of time, this is what we're going today, this is what we're doing, this is the group you're going to be in, and how we load. We do roll calls before we even line up. We do line up when we get ready to leave. Then there's a series of protocols we do with them at that point in time. We have the children make sure they go to the bathroom so they don't have to go to the bathroom on the road. We also make sure that they've got lunchbox and water bottle, and if we're going swimming, they have towel and whatever else they need for that field trip. We want to make sure we don't get to the destination and then come to find out little Johnny or Susie have left their lunch back at the academy. That's not what we want to have happen, or their water bottle. So we're very pragmatic about how we do these things on a step-by-step basis. We also do, we have a mobile mechanic that comes and does maintenance on the vehicles all the time. We check the vehicles minimum one time per week to make sure that all the fluids are where they need to be at. We're not having any mechanical issues. If anything does come up, then the staff knows exactly their protocol on making sure and get that information to Mrs. Jones, who takes care of the operations side of things, so she can get with our mechanic and make sure that things are fixed immediately, or that vehicle is just taken out of rotation for that week. Now, we've invested a lot in our transportation, and you'll see that when you get here. So the majority of our vehicles are late modeled. We've invested a lot of money to get it that way, because I want to make sure that we're giving the kids a lot. And not to mention the fact that summers are hot. I don't want them on hot buses with no air conditioning. And so we have a lot of vehicles, and they're all air conditioned. They all have seat belts, and those are required. And we check those to make sure we have it. We even tell the kids when we get to our destination, until we tell you unbuckle your seat belt, please leave it buckled. They're allowed to have conversations in the vehicle, but they can't yell or scream or turn around or stand up in their seat or switch seats in the middle of our trips. So we go over a lot of that with them. When we get to our destination, we'll do another roll call. We'll do head counts. We'll make sure that we have every child accounted for. The drivers will park the vehicles. They'll walk the vehicles to make sure that nothing is left on there if we need them to have it at that destination. We also want to make sure we don't have a child that unbuckles a seatbelt, climbs on the floor, goes to sleep, and then we have a situation where we're leaving a child in the hot car. That's an absolute no-no for us. We absolutely will not have it. So that's one of the things that we do, is we have the drivers walk the vehicles to make sure we have everything accounted for. We do a lot of roll calls through the day. We do a lot of head counts today, make sure that we always have every child accounted for. When we're heading back off the field trip, same thing. We do roll calls and head counts. We make sure they have all their gear, get them on the vehicles, get them buckled in, make sure that, and we typically have the driver get the vehicles, turn the air conditioning on, so when the kids are loading up, they're not loading up into a hot bus. On our field trips, most times, Monday through Thursday, we're always back here no later than 1:30, sometimes a hair earlier. Fridays are the only day, depending on the field trip, that we may get back at 2:30, 2:45. Now, there are some rare cases that if we're traveling back, if we go to the zoo in Waco, or we go to Marble Falls, or we go to Johnson City to the zoo, to the exotic zoo ranch, when we're coming back, sometimes we may run into traffic, but we try to communicate with you way in advance to ensure that you know exactly what's going on if you're picking your child up right at 3 o'clock. So if there's any questions about transportation and how we do it, just feel free to send us a message. We have answer any questions hopefully I covered all of them, but if I didn't, just send us a message. I promise you we have some kind of protocol already built for it. For doing this for 35 years, we make sure that we get everything taken care of. So I look forward to seeing you guys at summer camp. Talk soon. Bye-bye.